His parents say he was given a female hormone to treat a behavioral condition inside Juvenile Hall without their consent. They claim he was physically and emotionally scarred. Now they're suing LA County and sharing their story only with the NBC4 team reporter Lolita Lopez.
He was a outgoing kid. He was he was pretty social.
What has it been like since he's left Juvenile Hall?
He's fallen to depression.
Very depressed.
He always wants to be in his room. He don't socialize.
A completely different kid. That's how this mother and father described their young son since his release from LA County's Central Juvenile Hall. We are not naming the parents or their son because he is a minor.
It wasn't right. Something wasn't right.
They say he not only changed emotionally, but physically.
He started saying he couldn't sleep. We would go visit him. He started breaking out.
These parents are now suing LA County for medical battery and negligence, alleging their 16-year-old son was given the female hormone estrogen without their consent and developed enlarged breast tissue that did not exist prior to taking the estrogen pills. Their attorney says the 16-year-old was released in April after nearly a year in Juvenile Hall. It is unclear why he was taken into custody.
I feel really upset. I feel sad. I feel like they violated my rights and my son's rights.
The complaint says estrogen was prescribed to the boy for oppositional defiant disorder, also known as ODD. The complaint claims he was prescribed estrogen as a, quote, experimental treatment to counteract elevated levels of testosterone in his body. The Mayo Clinic describes ODD as a condition where children display frequent patterns of anger and irritability against authority figures and is diagnosed by a doctor or mental health professional. Wesley Ouchi represents the family.
All of this was done without the informed consent of the parents.
According to the complaint, the boy felt coerced, forced, and pressured to take the estrogen pills.
He believed, and reasonably, so that if he refused to take the estrogen as he was told to do, it would affect his juvenile delinquency case.
Because of pending litigation, the LA County Department of Health Services will not comment specifically on this case. In a statement to the I-Team, the department says, however, any statement or allegation that youth in probation custody are prescribed estrogen to treat behavioral health issues, including oppositional defiant disorder, is patently incorrect.
I have no idea why they would even believe he had oppositional defiant disorder, because there was no psychological testing, there was no psychiatric testing.
With his parents' consent, the I-Team reviewed the 16-year-old's medical records from his time in Juvenile Hall. The report indicates that in July 2019, the boy had been diagnosed as having ODD and that estrogen was prescribed.
Using this type of hormones would not be the first choice for ODD.
Dr. Ilan Shapiro is the medical director for health education and wellness and a pediatrician for Altamed. He is not directly involved in this case. He does have expertise in ODD and believes therapy is the most effective in treating ODD.
Most of the times when a kid actually has ODD, opposition defiant disorder, he's asking for help.
The lawsuit says the boy was taken off of estrogen after receiving 13 or more doses of estrogen and suffering negative side effects. The complaint alleges the parents were told by medical staff their son was prescribed the drug accidentally.
When my son came out, I thought we were going to get my son back, but definitely now we didn't get him back. We didn't get him back.
For the I-Team, Lolita Lopez, NBC4 News.